Washington, D.C. In a high-profile White House meeting, US President Donald Trump hosted Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán in a working lunch that opened to the press. The meeting comes amid deepening tensions over Europe's dependency on Russian energy supplies, the war in Ukraine, and migration policy across the continent. The two men sat down, welcomed by cameras and microphones, and laid bare their positions. Hungary is seeking relief from sanctions on Russian oil and gas imports, while the United States, cast as a champion of tougher action against Moscow, pressed Europe at large to reduce its reliance on Russian energy. When asked whether Hungary could stop purchasing Russian oil, President Trump responded directly, "They can stop. The world needs to provide them a solution, and we need to come up with a solution. They need to have oil, and they deserve it." He continued, "All of the European countries need to get serious about this. All of Europe needs to get on board. They need to stop fighting the volume of Putin's war and deliver good economic outcomes and secure the outcomes, and for America as well." His remarks underscored the broader message. While he singled out Hungary as relatively small, he stressed that the entire continent must act. In reference to the war in Ukraine, he also said, "This war would never have happened if I were president. I inherited the war, and I think we're going to get it ended not too distant future." One senior US 40 official who attended the lunch described the tone as sympathetic but firm. Washington is willing to engage on Europe's energy vulnerabilities, but expects meaningful shifts away from Russian imports. Prime Minister Orbán, who has held office since 2010 and earlier from 1998 to 2002, drew attention to Hungary's distinctive circumstances: landlocked, dependent on Russian-supplied hydrocarbons, and without sea access to alternative oil routes. He had travelled to Washington specifically to seek an exemption from US.